Rum Runner is the name of my new bar, which is opening on Pattaya. And people are trying to pin me down and say, Egg, when's it going to be open? When's the opening date? And the truth is, and I hope I don't sound too smug when I say this, but it's open when it's open. I haven't got to rush anything. I haven't got to please any shareholders or investors or anything like that. It's just me, and I'm kind of having fun setting my new bar up. I thought that when I sold my old bar, Le Pub, that I would be able to take things easy and relax, and there wouldn't be that pressure of being at work every day and having to stay so long and then come away. But actually, I'm absolutely exhausted. In fact, I had to take a day out yesterday and message people and say, don't contact me, I'm having a day off. I'm 58 years old now, and I'm not saying I'm feeling it, but I've been lucky in my life that I've been around organising, setting up and opening nightclubs and bars for a big proportion of my life. And so I'm kind of used to this, but it's still a bit knackering for me. The stage is going in maybe today. This is welcome to the world of tie builders, everybody. It might be going in today, it might be going in Monday. Sound system I can rely on is definitely going in on Monday, and the sound and light will be fantastic, but it's not going to be bang, 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 hugely loud. I tried to explain this to the sound engineer, who I've been using for 20 years, this guy. And I told him I had a new idea about how to lay out the sound system and the light show, and he really didn't get it. And he's like, oh no, you've got to have loud, it's a go-go. And I says, no. And I think, you know, he understands that I just want to balance the sound out nicely around the bar. So it's not busy. It's not loud. Sorry, I hope it's busy, but it's not going to be too loud. It's going to be loud on the stage for the girls, but not loud for the customers. Fingers crossed. But let's see if my idea works. Who knows? The signage for outside goes in this week, and then the whole thing's going to be kind of getting there in the next week or so. But I might be back in a week's time telling you nothing's changed. I mean, welcome to Thailand, right? I was going to make a video called 3 Reasons Why My Bar Will Fail. And I thought that is such a negative thing to do, you know. Do people want to go to a bar, but the owner's thinking about failure? But I think you can split bar owners and investors into 2 different types of people. Those that like to create the bar and design the bar and have these visions of the bar, how it's going to look, how it's going to sound, and there's those that like to run the bar. And I think it's fair to say that I'm definitely the latter. I'm really not enjoying putting together all of this, and it has to be said, spending a lot of money. I've been surprised how prices have gone up for things like audio and visual equipment, POS, even things like glassware. The prices are more expensive now than it was the last time I did something like the pub, or even milk. So it surprised me, the prices going up. But I've been thinking about the operations of the bar and where it will not fail, but where I might have a few problems. As I've said before, I have helped open, both as a DJ and a manager, several bars. And when you're in England and you're opening a bar, you go down a job centre and you put in a job request. Do job centres exist anymore? I've no idea. I haven't been back to Birmingham for 20 years. When you put in an advert in a job centre for glass collectors, waitresses, bar staff, DJs, doormen in a nightclub, you will get completely overloaded with people that want to work there, because, you know, it's a bit of an interesting job, isn't it? It's a bit of a, you know, a glamorous job, if you like, in the UK, in a normal town. But then you come to Pattaya and everywhere's a bar. Everyone's working in the same industry, kind of. But really, the recruitment of the dancing girls is going to be tough, and one of the main reasons is the music. And I have a few things about the operation that might be a bit flexible, like the opening times, for example, maybe some promotions, prices and stuff can change in my own head. But one thing that will not change is my idea of the music policy, and the music policy is going to be kind of what Americans would call rock and roll, although for me as a European, rock and roll is kind of Bill Haley in the Comets sort of thing. But rock music, and going out a little bit into sort of 70s and 80s sort of electronic music, that sort of thing, that hopefully the girls can dance to. And the problem is that more often than not, the girls really don't want to dance to that sort of music. The girls have got a thing in their head about, right, go-go music should be that. You know the type of music that Thais like to play in a go-go. And I don't want to get to a situation where I'm employing girls for one day, they come in, they hate music and they go. And I've thought about this and I've thought about this, and there are certain other businesses that successfully are able to play that sort of music, and I think it's a chicken and egg situation, and yes, I am the egg. If there's enough customers, the girls don't really care about the music as much as if they're hanging around and they're on their own and they're listening to music that they really don't know, that they don't like, and they don't feel. The Thais have a saying, it's called man man. Can you play some? They say to me in Thai, oh, but playing man man means like they want to feel, they just want to feel excited by the music. So I've decided that I'm going to mix a bit of Thai music in there, which I never played at Le Pub, but I will have a little bit of Thai music in amongst the rock and roll, and some of the Brit 80s stuff. I'm going to have 20 BART buses going around Pattaya, where advertising Rum Runner, and inside the BART bus will be a recruitment poster, and I've deliberately put on there looking for dancing girls 25 years and older. And my missus and just about everybody that's seen that advert has questioned that. It says, why are you going for girls 25 years and over? And it's like, if a girl comes in that's like 22 or 23, of course I'm going to give her a job. But by aiming for that sort of age range, those are girls that have possibly been here in Pattaya for a few years, that understand how the town works, that are experienced, and that are maybe a little more open to the music not being what they particularly want. If you get a bar full of 20, 21-year-olds, they're just going to dance to hip-hop or their music, and that's it. And if they don't like it, they'll just all walk out. And I'm afraid that, for those people that are going to complain, well, you just have to play the music you want, that, I'm afraid, is the go-go business in 2025. The girls kind of run the show. And you're going to say, oh, but we don't want to go to a bar with older girls. I mean, a girl who's 30 in Pattaya looks amazing, right? So if you're after the 20-year-old hotties, right, please, I don't think my bar's going to be for you, right? Go, but sit there with the loud hip-hop music blasting your ear rolls off and getting asked to buy trays of tequila every 5 minutes. Good luck to you, but that's not going to be my bar. People have talked about the location, and I'm going to put a map up now on the screen so you can see where it is. It's on Soy Bacau, which I think at the moment is a positive. People were just really fed up of walking streets. So many people used to come in just for the one visit, who used to come maybe 3-4 times every trip, and they'd say, oh, we don't really come to Walking Street anymore. We don't like the demographics of the place. There's this perception that the prices are more expensive, although I thought my prices were pretty keen, you know. But not being on Walking Street shouldn't be the only positive about the location. And so I think being on Boracay, so many people have told me, oh yeah, I stay in the Holiday Inn Express, or my hotel's right by there, which could be a positive. I don't know. Sometimes I think people, excuse my language, don't shit on their own doorstep, so it might be a negative. I'm not sure. But I certainly think being on Boracay, I know it's not in the middle of all the action. It's a quiet part of Boracay. But if you go to the place where I've set up Rum Runner, the area is quite a busy daytime place, especially on market days. And so with the rent being very, very keen where I've gone, I think I'm in with quite a good chance of that location. I have got my social media and I can pull people in. Another thing that amazed me today, I went 2 days ago, to the bar, and opposite Rum Runner, there's this kind of free unit place that's had a load of pallets outside, and I haven't understood what they're doing. It's going to be a go-go. So all of a sudden, from 0 go-go's, it's gone to 2 go-go's in a matter of weeks. And I'm wishing them all the best and everything, but it's going to be interesting. Will that area become a little go-go area? There's good parking, there's parking for motorbikes outside. Not so far away, there's parking, albeit paid parking, for cars. And so I'm feeling that the location is possibly, you know, going to be a real winner. But of course, the proof of the pudding is in the eating, and we shall see. I've decided not to go straight away with having a Mama San, and I think you know me. If you know me a long time, you know my thoughts on Mama San is that they're an extra kind of cog in the whole system that you don't really need. I can speak Thai. I never had a Mama San in the pub, but I understand that the pub is a go-go bar and it's a completely different operation. Sorry, the pub was not a go-go bar, it was a beer bar, and it's a completely different operation. So I'm not sure what I want to do. I think I want to employ, certainly not employ a leaf blower, loud. I want to employ somebody that I'm going to call a floor manager. The floor manager will be able to get the girls on and off stage, but what a floor manager won't be able to do is hire and fire girls or have any other power other than trying to organise them to go on and off the stage. Now that could be, up the baggies, that could be a real issue for me and the bar. You know, we'll have to see. I might end up employing a Mama San. Like I said, I'm not too sure about the whole way that's going to happen, but I'm going to start off just by doing it on my own. I'm not expecting a huge influx of girls to start off with. Let's see how it goes. And finally, I want to say that if my bar is going to have problems, I think it's just the whole town at the moment. I have had 3 bar owners in the last week contact me saying, have you got the number for the guy that sold the pub, because I'm thinking of selling my bar. And there are so many bar owners that are really struggling at the moment. Songkran has been good for certain bars, obviously, but now it is really quiet out there in certain areas. I mean, I drove around the other day, so 6 is very busy. But other than that, it has to be said, even Walking Street is really, really quiet. And I'm still in the Walking Street line group, and I'm seeing so many bar owners on Walking Street now, Thai owners moaning about the demographics of Walking Street. And it's interesting, they never used to do it till a couple of months ago, really, and it's all started. Plus, of course, the general economic feel of the world is slightly different at the moment, isn't it? I don't think people are really spending a lot of money. I think people are saving. They're not sure what's going to be happening long term around the world as far as financial matters are concerned. And so I think that has a trickle down, not just for people on holiday and people cancelling holidays or maybe holding back on holidays, but also expats. A lot of expats are working currency markets, they're working Bitcoin, they're looking at investments, they're living off their stocks or their pensions or whatever. And that's very unpredictable at the moment. And I think people are just stopping in, even the people that live here. So that might have a very bad effect on whether or not things go smoothly at the start. Certainly opening a bar in May or June is not the best, it's not ideal. And like I said, I've got a pretty low rent. I can just hang on for a couple of months. I can't hang on forever, but I can hang on for a few months and see how things go. So that's the update of the bar. I hope you've enjoyed that. Thank you. It's Rum Runner. It's on Sidewalk Cow. It's just before you get to Action Street and the Holiday Inn Express. Thanks to everybody that has shown interest, who wants to come down, take a look. And I will keep you updated. And if you're really interested in how things are going, you can always join the members, because we have kind of weekly or bi-weekly vlogs from inside the bar showing you how things are going. And you know, this big project of mine, I think this is my final bar, everyone. I don't think I'm doing another one after this. I've had enough now. This is the last one. So it could make me, it could break me. Watch this space. But for me, Mr. Egg, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week. Take care. Bye.